Be so upset when people be like, oh, you're so strong. No, I don't want to be strong. I don't want to be strong. I just want to not have to go through anything anymore. You feel me? You feel me? I don't want to be strong no more. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rahilu and this channel is all about beauty, lifestyle, and a little bit of healing. I know that it's been a while since you've seen my face, and I've been posting a lot of BTS videos, but I wanted to just come on here and check in with you guys. So today we're gonna do a get ready with me and we're gonna chit chat for a bit. Now before we get started, I got my hair done. It's getting a little old, but I really like this hairstyle. Usually when I do cornrows, I tend to just do basic colors, but I heard blondes have more fun, so I wanted to try this look. I'll pop in some videos or maybe like a link to my Instagram so you guys could see what my hair looks like. Also, my nail is broken, so let's just, you know, act like that this is not a thing, okay? Great, let's get started. So, this year has been insane. You know, I feel like I'm at a point in my life where like I'm at the tip, like I'm on the brink of like crossing over to greatness. Somehow I feel a little stuck. So a lot of this year has just been like me trying to figure out what's next for me. And I think one thing about me, like when I really want something, I tend to focus on it a lot, and to the point where I start to drive myself insane. So I've just been trying to like figure out ways to kind of like sit back and like let go and let God. That's hard. That's really hard. But yeah, so that's where my life's been at. But let's get into this makeup. For my foundation, I'm gonna use Juvia's Place, Putacana. I already put primer on my face, so that's already there. But yeah, like I feel like adulting is so hard, but it's like hard in a different way. You know, it's like when you're a child, you want to grow up so bad because you want to be able to have responsibility and ownership of your life. And then when you do have responsibility and ownership of your life, you're just like, okay, cool, but now what do I do with this responsibility? And you know, it's like so hard sometimes to make decisions because you're just like, how am I supposed to know that this is the right choice that I'm making? Especially like being African and being Fulani and growing up in a community where everybody literally has been living the same life for 10,000 years. And then here comes along me who doesn't necessarily want to live that life in that way, but also just trying to define like what part of that culture like that I'm aligned with and what part that I don't want in my life. And that shit's kind of hard. But yeah, and it's like I'm trying to figure out like, okay, like what part of this community, you know, or what type of this tradition and culture makes sense to me. Like what do I want to hold on to and what do I not want to hold on to? And yeah, it's hard. It's also like I'm getting to a point where like, you know, all my friends are married, everybody's having kids. All my other friends are doing other stuff, and I was just like, okay, what am I doing? And it's not to discredit and say that, you know, like I'm not doing enough. I'm definitely proud of myself and how much I've been able to do with everything that has happened in my life. But you know, life is about growth and evolution and growing, and like I'm just a thinker. Like all I do is think. My brain is always thinking. And so, you know, every day I'm just trying to figure out like what to do with life. So 2021 has really just been a lot of that thinking, and I'm just like kind of like tired of it. I'm over it. Also I'm over it. And you know, in our community, especially like in the Black community, like, you know, people don't really value therapy and things of that nature. And so, you know, one of my goals this year for myself was to actually start therapy. And I started therapy in December, and I'm really proud of myself, honestly, because I've been saying that I'm gonna start therapy for years, and for years I haven't done it. So I finally got a therapist, and it's been really helpful to just like have someone to talk to. And I know I'm not listing none of the stuff that I'm using on my face as I'm not talking about it, so I'm gonna stop. Before we continue about therapy, this concealer right here, Born This Way Multi Sculpting Concealer, is the truth right here. I use the color Butterscotch. It's the one. But yes, I started therapy this year, and it's been really great because I basically paid my therapist to cry. But I honestly, you know, a lot of people would be like, oh, like, why are you paying someone to cry? Come cry to me. So many people in your life, like, they kind of have an idea of who you are and how they view you. And I feel like for someone like me, I think a lot of people see me as like the strong friend, or like, you know, like she's always laughing, she's always smiling, she must not really, you know, be experiencing hard things, or like what does she have, like what is she sad about, what could she be sad about, you know, things like that. And so having a therapist is really helpful because I'm able to, like, you know, be sad about the things that I'm sad about without someone being like I'm being ungrateful, you know, because I'm human at the end of the day, and we're all human. And I feel like sometimes when things look like they're going good for you, which alhamdulillah, like things are amazing, but I'm still a human being, and I still have a lot of things that I'm dealing with personally and grieving through that a lot of people may not necessarily know about. So it's really just been helpful, like, to have someone to talk to, someone that, you know, that's not gonna judge you, you know, you feel like it's a safe space. And most importantly, you know that whatever conversations you're having with that person at that moment is not gonna go anywhere. And I think that's why sometimes too we have a hard time being honest with the people in our lives, because it's like you tell somebody something and then they tell their best friend who tell their best friend who tell their best friend, and next thing you know, your business is out in the streets. And you know, people be talking. So getting a therapist has really been like the thing that has, I actually look forward to my therapist appointments. Like I be like, I like when something happens, I cannot wait to tell my therapist about it. So that's been super helpful. And just like helping me navigate and think through things. And I think the biggest thing that I'm learning is that, you know, as humans, like we've like conditioned our minds to think a certain way. So sometimes it's really hard. We've conditioned our minds. I don't know what's going on there, but we're gonna blend it out eventually. We've conditioned our minds to think a certain way. So a lot of what I'm doing in therapy is like looking at the patterns in which I deal with things, right? And then trying to figure out new ways to deal with things. Like, one thing that I always talk to my therapist about is about like things that has happened, right? Especially like, again, being African, you know, a lot of our family members don't understand the value of therapy or anything like that. But you know, sometimes I'd be like, oh, this happened, and she'll be like, why don't you talk that to that person? And it's like, that's probably not gonna go over well. So really thinking about like how to like accept things and like for what they are, and like how to stop reliving the same situation over and over again. Like, right, like it happened. If I say that I've forgiven this person, just forgive them and let it go, as opposed to like holding on to that grudge. And you know, I used to think that I was a pretty forgiving person, and I am, but I do think that there's a lot of things that I'm still holding on to that are kind of like holding me back. And that's why I say, like, I feel like I'm at the brink of some big shit, but I have to like do a lot of like personal work to kind of like get to the other side of it. So it's hard though. Like, I feel like when I be in therapy, I just be crying every day, because I really don't tend to actually cry. I don't think I cry for the most part. Like, you know, I'm pretty cool and calm. So whenever I start talking to my therapist, I'm like, wow, this eyebrow looks terrible. So it's good. Like, and like, you know, we've been conditioned to think that crying is a weakness, but honestly, like, if you don't cry, you just walk around with a whole bunch of like anger and shit, like, and it just affects your aura and your energy, and that's not good. And like, you know, you might be blocking your blessings and you don't even know. Every time I try to do my eyebrows, like, they do me instead of me doing them. They just do me. Like, my eyebrows just be doing whatever they want, and honestly, sometimes I just let them. I really don't, I can't see what I'm doing, so we might have to figure out how to fix this. But yeah, like that's really been like a lot of what's going on in my life, y'all. Adulting is hard. Um, it's just hard. It's just ghetto. Like, alhamdulillah, like, it's not the worst, but it's just like, damn, like, this is what I was so excited about. Why ain't nobody tell me? But one thing that I've been implementing in my life is like, you read all these books and like you watch all these spiritual, I don't know, or like people that be talking about how to like heal through your stuff. They talk about gratitude a lot. And so one thing I've been trying to implement into my life is just like practicing gratitude. So that's what I've been doing. And honestly, like it'd be like the simplest things. Like, I'm grateful that the sun came out today, because we all know seasonal depression is real and that sunlight really makes a difference in the way you feel. I don't even know what I did here. In the way, you feel about yourself. So that is something that I've been like trying to use to kind of like help me through this period where I'm just like, what's next? What's next? What's next? Because, we starting to get old. Okay, maybe not. But, again, like everybody getting married, everybody having kids. And it's not to say that, like, I want to do things because of everybody, because I know that everything is written for me. And whatever Allah wills for me will happen. And that's the other part, too. It's like, we pray and we're supposed to have faith in God, but then we panic. Like, how much does that make sense? I pray to God, but I panic? No, bitch. I mean, no, girl. Pray to God and have faith that He will see you through. But the way my anxiety is set up, I panic all the time for no reason. So, but yeah, like those are things that like I'm just like, bro, like, why are you panicking? Why are you panicking? God got you, but again, like all these things that I'm saying, like they make sense when I say it, and I'm sure you could relate to, like, what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do. But I feel like whenever you get in your bag, you go back to your old patterns. Like, I think some of my patterns is like literally when I'm not feeling too good, I disappear off the face of the earth. Like, nobody sees me, and it's like unfortunate that I'm not comfortable enough to deal with my shit like in front of everybody. Like when I'm not happy or when I feel down, I disappear. Like, and it's like, how is my community supposed to help me through those things too? Because sometimes too you can have resentment, especially when you're the strong friend. You're like, oh my God, I take care of everybody, but nobody take care of me. But it's like, sis, how are people supposed to help you through your issues if you disappear? Which is what I do. Like, I literally disappear and I'll come back 10 months from now and I'll be like, oh yeah, I was going through something. How does that make sense? So that is another thing that I'm just like, bro, I gotta stop doing that. And when I talk to my therapist, she's like, well, how do you expect people to show up for you if you're not allowing yourself to be seen? And I'm like, you see me, they see me, you see me on Instagram, you see me on FaceTime, you see me at the party. But she's like, no, not see you when you're good, but see you when you're down. But I feel like if I show people when I'm down, they're gonna panic because they're not used to seeing me like that. And then I gotta console you because you're panicking that I'm panicking or that I'm crying. So now I gotta stop crying and panicking and think about how I can console you and make you feel better. Ain't nobody got time for that. Or like people will give you the quotes, this too shall pass. No, I don't want to hear that. So yeah, like, I don't know, like if you consider yourself a strong friend, I really want to know like how, or if not even a strong friend, like if you're the person that everybody thinks you're good and you don't got stuff to worry about, like how do you Like, how do you deal with that? Like, you know what I'm saying? How do you deal with that? Because, you know, strong people have bad days too. And sometimes I'd be so upset when people be like, oh, you're so strong. No, I don't want to be strong. I don't want to be strong. I just want to not have to go through anything anymore. You feel me? You feel me? I don't want to be strong no more. God, I'm good. You tested me. I'm good. I'm strong. You got it. And again, alhamdulillah, you know, God, you've been holding me down. But you know what I'm saying? Like, people be like giving you, you're so strong. No. I don't want to be strong anymore. You know? I feel like I'm having like a mental breakdown while I'm recording this video. But this is really how I be feeling. I just be like, bro, like, I get it. But also, like, just give me, I don't know, does money buy happiness? Like, give me a rich, I don't want to say sugar daddy, but I don't know, something so that I could just really just focus on being a bad itch. Like, that's all I really want in life. Bad itch, live life in luxury. You know, just live my best life. Be happy. That's my life at the moment. Summertime is coming. I'm super excited. It's springtime. Ramadan is coming up, so I'm super excited to, like, you know, tap in, quiet the noise, you know, get closer to God. I know as Muslims, like, a lot of us really appreciate Ramadan because it really is, like, helpful. And, you know, like, the one thing you learn in life is that you can have all the things in the world, but if you don't have a peace of mind, you're screwed. You know, like, why is it that all these artists that have so much money, like, end up, like, killing themselves? Is because people are, you know, people are going through stuff. And, you know, I do value religion, and I do think that it also helps with that. So I'm excited to, you know, have this time to just go inside a little bit more, even though I technically live inside my head, so I probably don't need to go inside a little bit more, but just, you know, talk to God so we can figure this out, figure it all out. But I've definitely used to have the idea that I was gonna, like, figure my stuff out. It was just gonna be a one-time thing and I was gonna be good. But I'm learning that it is really a process. Like, you know? And, like, I feel like you constantly have to get to know yourself. And sometimes, you know, we think that there are certain things that we want or value, and then we get it and we're just like, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So, and I used to get frustrated with that process. I used to be like, bro, like, I've, like, been here already. Like, can I just be done with this? But that's not how life works. Growth is a process, unfortunately and fortunately. You know, growth is a process, and, you know, we just out here trying to do our best. If you're going through your healing journey, or, you know, if there is something that you're trying to work through and you feel like it's taking a little bit of time, this is your message from the universe to keep going. It's hard, you know, and even, you know, even the people that look like they have it together necessarily don't have it together. So yeah, if you're going through your healing process, just keep going. It ain't easy, but again, like, I feel like that is the thing that will move you forward, you know? Like, you know, it's cute getting money, all of that is cute, you know, but are you really happy? You know what I'm saying? Or are you just getting on the gram flexing? You understand? And, like, when you go at home at night, like, you laying in your bed, how do you feel? You know, when nobody's looking, when nobody's clapping for you, how do you feel? And I feel like those are the moments that matter. Those are the moments that make a difference. You know, we live in a world where we have a lot of distractions. So again, like, I've been going through the process, and I encourage, you know, everybody, if you made it this far in the video, first of all, kudos to you. But you know, I encourage everybody that, you know, is on this journey, like, to keep going. We got this, you know, we can do it. Yeah, because, you know, we want to be somebody's mom someday. And I really do think that it's super important to take the time to heal before you have kids. And if you already have kids, like, you know, I think it's equally as important to, you know, just take that time to just figure your shit out, because it'd be hard. I think I just messed up my eyebrows again. It'd be hard. It'd really be hard. What am I doing? It really be hard. But yeah, like, and I know people always say this, but if you watch this video and you ever need somebody to talk to, my Instagram is linked below. If you just want to sound off, we could vent, we could talk about things. But yeah, that is, I have to fix my eyebrow, y'all, because like, me and my eyebrows, I just don't be knowing what be happening with us, honestly. But yeah, so this is the final look. This is my no makeup look. I don't know why I'm putting on foundation. I gotta lay my edges. I'm about to go shoot some content, which is why I am doing this. But I'm about to shoot some content. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like more videos like this, if you just want to talk to me, I always got shit to say. I always got stuff to say. Comment down below and let me know if you want more videos like this. We could just talk, and, you know, let me know what y'all want to talk about. We could just talk, honestly. Sometimes that's all you need. Somebody to talk to. But yeah, guys, thank you for chopping it up with me. Yeah, thank you for chopping it up with me again. Like I said, if you are looking for a sign, if you're going through something, if you are going through your healing journey, this is your sign from the universe to keep going. It's definitely gonna be worth it. Thank you for watching this video. But yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.